Just doing a quick clean up on the chassis, quick run over really. As I say, there was actually in the end nothing wrong with it, just that broken wire, or dry joint. So just giving it a quick clean up. I'm going to stick some switch cleaner in here. Can't remember if I've already done this, but certainly won't hurt it. Oh. Need to adjust my spray again. This radio is actually turning out quite nice. The case is in very good condition apart from that front grille. Nothing really else wrong with it. I found a spot of green paint on it which I've managed to get off. Well, I should have done those switches. I'm going to whip this faceplate off because as per usual that is going to need polishing up, more elbow grease. So again, we've only got to loosen these. Come off. Right, knobs off. Hopefully. Come on. It's coming. One. Second one. These are either going to come off or they're not. It's come off. I think this set's got damp at some stage. That's what's released all the PVA from that woodwork. The top's come off of that one. It's about right. Cool. Cool. This one's well and truly stuck on. I think these little retaining rings are sprung steel, and they do rust, unfortunately. He's trying. It's very stiff. Need to put a squirt of WD down there. Certainly worked wonders for the last radio I did. I'll put a little squirt there. Oh, he says flooding it. So it shouldn't hurt it anyway. Don't want to go into the controller, I just want it to loosen the shaft. Ah, there we go. Cool. Ow. Got my fingernail back then. Right, so there we have one grubby faceplate. Covered in WD. It does actually look pretty much perfect, that one. That's the first. Right, so looking underneath here, yeah, I need to just bend that needle a little bit. Try to put anything in here really. The WD that I've already squirted all over it. Just be a service job in here, just lubricating everything really. Certainly these bass and treble controls. Looks like I can actually get in there. Sounds like my rooks are back. Good old rooks. That's better. Okay, it's coming back together nicely. One job I have got to do is glue these wooden pieces back in that have dropped out. Yeah, it's basically 3 bits of wood. Again, I assume it's got damp. I've just got another set out here in the background so as I can have a look at the positioning of it. So this is one of my other older Hacker Hunters. You can see this. These are just used really as battery spacers, so they don't really have much sort of effort exerted on them. So I'm just going to use some PVA glue and stick them back in, clamp them up, and then leave that. Probably have to be left overnight. Clamp time of 20 to 30 minutes. Allowed to dry for 24 hours, so unfortunately that's that one on the shelf again for another day. Everything in there that I do seems to take days. So I'm not going to bore you with that, but what I'm going to do basically, I'm going to put these bits back in where they go. So say we've got one goes in there, this one here goes in there, and that one just goes up in there. I'm just going to glue those back in and clamp them up, leave them overnight. It looks like they tried to staple these in, but staple gun had no staples by the looks of it, because there certainly is no hole on the back of the wood, so it's a bit of a strange one. My other set you can clearly see the staples that have been used, so I think this one's missed the staple gun. Anyway, join me again and I'll let you know what it's like when it's all gone back together. Okay, this is set up hopefully all okay now. So it's time to start getting this one back together. Let's get these clamps off. Yeah, I actually left that on for a couple of days because I've been messing with another radio. Poor old Hunter's been on the back burner, but I need the space on the bench, so it's time to get him back together. So all those bits of wood are nice and solidly back in place. Stuck that bit of Rexine back down. Right, I think we are good to go with the rebuild now. As I say, I see no point in changing any capacitors or anything in this, because it does seem to be working very well. Let's try and remember which bit went where. there. One thing I have noticed, there was only one of these little spacer washers with it. This side didn't have one for some reason. I was pretty sure that they were supposed to have these on both ends. That one definitely got one. I suppose it's got two screws either side, maybe. Perhaps that's what it is. I'm just going to go and check one of my other ones a minute, just to make doubly sure. Well, nothing's ever easy with these radios. As I say, that's the original spacer there. What I've had to do is drill some fibre washers out with my multi-tool, but 2 is not enough and 3 is too much, so I just got to get the burrs off of these now. Right, that's my newly formed washers in place. I've got no fingerprints left on my fingers now through rubbing on the sandpaper, but just going to pop this amplifier board back in. Complete with its nice new washers. There we go. That's a bit better. Now from memory, I'm pretty sure the speaker wires went under there. Let's put them back in. Let's put a little tiny bit of switch cleaner on them. Minutest amount, so be sure they make good contact. There we go. Another thing that usually causes an issue is these plugs here. I'm not going to spray that because that'll just make a mess all over the board. So what I'll do is I'll just spray a bit into the lid of a old lid here. Just pop that in by dribbling a little bit on a cocktail stick. Okay, just finishing off putting the front speaker panel back in the radio. There we are. That's the amplifier and speaker panel back in. Just got to find out which way round these go. Let's go find which way around these go on the speaker a minute, and then you can get the rest of it back together. I've got to do something about this battery tab here. Really need a pot riveter for that. Yeah, got to devise something for that, definitely. Okay. Bear with me, I'm going to find out where these wires go and then crack on with it. Okay, one other thing I've noticed is I've got these speaker clamps the wrong way round. Pretty obvious really, but there you are. You put things together when you're tired and that's what happens. So yeah, just got these the wrong way round, that's all. So swap them round. Again, it's just a lot easier. I've oiled all these threads, so they'll come apart again a lot better in the future. Excuse me. There we are. So if a few of you were screaming at the screen that I've got them round the wrong way, luckily I spotted that and rectified it. So carrying on. Well, I was debating what to do with these battery clips. As I said, I've got a stud missing, but what I have got is I've got a spare set out of a scrap radio here. So what I'm going to do is whip this one off and solder that one back in place, and that is fixed. So just bear with me, I'm heating the soldering iron up. I'm just going to take that out, making sure I've got it the right way around, and another job done. Okay, there we are. That's the new battery terminal all soldered in back in place as original. That's done. Now it's time to get the main chassis back in. Remembering to plug in the power supply as you go. On the right there. Done that once before, I've got to take the whole lot back out again. Just needs a little squeeze of the pliers. That's a bit better. Too bad you never get the thing on. Nope, still not quite. Better. Okay. It's a tight fit, this one, in the case. Definitely came out of there. There we go. Okay. Back in with the handle then, and the handle's securing screws. I've cleaned the handle up. Little end caps. There we go. Okay, I'm just popping this back out yet again because I've got the rubber washer the wrong side of the handle. It needs to go on the inside. The little silver one on last. Like that. Give that a final clean off. Tight fit these. For some reason they're not normally. There you go. There we are. That's the handle back on. So amplifier connected back in. There we are, all ready for its final test and run through. So I haven't got any other bits there. No, the pot's empty, which is always a good sign. Okay, here we are for the finale, hopefully. So batteries are in, all back together. It's looking nice and shiny up on top. Grill, again, a massive improvement on how it was. Not perfect by any means, but certainly very usable. Wouldn't look at a place up on a shelf somewhere. Let's just pop the back panel back in then. As I say, that's all been cleaned up. That back grill's gone back on nicely. I have got a couple felt pads to put on there actually, but I'll do that in a minute. I don't know where they are at the moment. There it is. So let's give it a try. Okay, we're on medium wave. It's really quiet in between stations.
They don't seem particularly fazed by the fact that they've missed 2 or 3 chances, any absolute gilt-edged chances. They believe in they can score more, and they're not sitting back in it, are they?
Muller's lost it just inside the Slovakian half. He thought he was fouled. Kuczka bringing it forward for Slovakia. Kroos nips in, steals the ball. Ozil's first time pass to Muller.
And he might be making as Muller tries.
Well, that's certainly working well. That's good. That's medium wave. Let's try the dreaded long wave.
1-0, but de Boateng, magnifique reprise de volée de 25 mètres droit. Il était censé être blessé au mollet droit, visiblement ça va bien. Et ensuite, Mesut Özil, tout mollement, a manqué un penalty. Ah, ça frise la démonstration pour l'instant.
D'accord, d'accord.
So we've got front station there.
Portugal-Croatie, on avait prédit un grand match.
Terrain devant pour courir. Là, ça va pas être trop.
Another French station, very
This is
strong.
like a 3.5, 4-year-old, and we all think, where's Tiger Woods? This was, you know.
Wow.
And I just remember going over and over, and Casey was there going, no, do it again. Maybe mess one up. Again. You did it wrong. Hit it again. Come on, man. and he was just hitting ball after ball. So I don't care where he is cricket-wise. I want him as my golf partner at the PCA Golf Day.
What do you think? I'm having watched Sam, and look, Sam has just finished his.
Okay, long wave working fine. Let's pop the light back on. Stick the video recorder back on there. So FM. Let's start them right up this end. Get the aerial up. As I say, there's a little bend in the aerial. Nothing to detract from it. Lovely tone.
Climbing just one from 16 to 15. At number 14, we have the highest climber of the end of June 1960. It's from a gentleman by the name of Michael Cox and a song called Angela Jones. Now, and tenants will have the right to buy two. It will mean a surge in applications. And Alan Bryce is worried that housing associations won't be able to adequately detect the fraudsters.
There is a little bit of buzz in there, but I think that's just a wire
volume
inside
of fraudulent
vibrating.
applications likely to housing associations is going to be so high that, as it currently stands, the question has to be asked: what defence?
The playlist of everything you've heard on today's show. The listening service was presented by Tom Service, and it was produced by Georgia Mann.
The Battle of the Somme began 100 years ago next Friday. More British lives were lost in war that day than ever known before or since. Two concerts mark this moment with music written by those who fought in the trenches
That's a lovely sound,
and in memory of those
really
who fell, including music by
There you are, another Hacker Hunter survives. As I say, I've got some polishing to do on the case, on the side cheeks. I've not really done that yet, but as I say, the top's come out really nice. You can see that it's looking lovely now. So what I might do is dig out my other Hacker Hunters and just show you the differences, because I wasn't aware until recently. There was a poll running on one of the vintage websites. There's various different models of this one, and I will need to register this one in there as well because it's not on there yet. Yeah, very interesting. And hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give me a thumbs up if you want to see more, and I'll do my best to keep putting videos out there. See you on another video soon.